guys, it's Brooke with SupertutorTV, and today I'm going to tell you 5 secrets of straight A students. So my first tip is to study everywhere. And what I mean by this is if you've got 10 extra minutes and you're waiting for mom to pick you up, then get out some vocabulary flashcards and use that 10 minutes. You can even get an app on your phone to study vocabulary. If you're brushing your teeth, tape all of your Spanish words to the mirror so that you can study them for your quiz while you brush your teeth. You could also get audiobooks. They're one of my favorite hacks in terms of trying to study everywhere. You can listen to The Scarlet Letter while you're at cross-country practice. But the point is, if you want to get the best grades you can, you don't have a lot of time. And so being able to maximize that by studying in every little nook and cranny that you have, even if it's the 5 minutes of passing period, is going to benefit you. Number 2, prioritize. I know there's this myth that people who always get A's always do all the homework early and perfectly, and we can't. It's just impossible. But what we can do is look at what we have to do and understand what is the most important assignment that I have due. 2, what do I need to get an A in, right? If I've got a 97% in Algebra 2, I'm not gonna be studying for that final for very long, especially if I've got an 89.9 in my English class. I'm gonna be studying for my English final because I know that that's a make or break it exam, right? And also know how much things are worth. If one assignment is like a journal entry and it's not worth a lot, like don't stay up all night working on it when you know you need sleep for your bio AP exam tomorrow. You've gotta spend time on the things that are worth time, not on the things that aren't worth time. Number 3, ask for extra credit. So I already did a video about talking to your teacher. It's actually called How to Improve Your Grade in 5 Minutes Without Studying. You can check it out over there. I'm not saying that your teacher will always give you extra credit, but it's just a nice conversation starter. You can just ask your teacher and say, hey, are you gonna offer any extra credit? It might lead to grade inflation overall among your whole class, but the bottom line is you wanna get an A, right? And this also goes for like individual assignments. If you turn in an assignment, you get a bad grade, go to your teacher, ask them if you can retake it, ask them if you can rewrite it, ask them if you can do it again to get a few more points. Especially if you get something like a C or a D, if you ever get anything below a B, definitely ask if you can redo it or turn it in a second time or do a second assignment, et cetera, to try to bring your grade up. Number 4, this I actually think is one of the most important things if you're trying to get straight A's, and that is embrace your teacher's expectations. A big question that I get from students is how in the world am I gonna figure out what the heck my teacher wants, right? Well, first, if you study past assignments and quizzes, you're going to be able to go over those and look at them and see, what did my teacher mark me down for? Why is she taking off points here, right? Is it grammar? Is it ideas? The other source that you can use to try to be alerted to what your teacher's expectations are study guides. Oftentimes your teacher will give you a study guide before a test. That's usually a pretty good indication of what's on the test. You need to figure out what in the world does my teacher want from me, and if you can figure that out and embrace it, then you can get an A. My 5th tip for people who want to get straight A's is to save face. You have to make the most of every opportunity that you can so that when you really have the time to dedicate to a project, you've gone above and beyond what you need to do. You're either categorized by your teacher as a good student or a bad student. And trust me, when your teacher has stuck you in the good student category, you're going to be judged according to this halo effect that is going to emanate from you. Even if you have no time to do your assignment, scribble something down over your lunch break. Figure out a way to write a paper on the bus. It's not ideal, but it's better to do something than not to do anything. A lot of times your teachers are going to tell you like, oh, don't ever read the Spark Notes, or don't ever watch the movie version instead of reading the book. Yeah, for the most part, ideally you're going to read the book, but sometimes A, the book doesn't make sense. Shakespeare, anyone? And B, like, sometimes you just don't have time. And when you don't have time, you need to do something. So bottom line is you want to create an image that you are the overachiever, that you can totally do everything, so that even in those times when you have to be imperfect, you can still save face and look pretty good. That's about it. Check out supertutortv.com. We have more blogs and more study tips for you. And I'll see everybody next time on SupertutorTV. Thanks.